Hey, Hub City, good morning. It could be good afternoon, it could be good evening. I don't know when you're going to watch this, but either way, welcome. I'm glad that you guys are tuning in. Here's the deal. I know that, trust me, I know that you guys are all so exhausted from watching screens. Trust me, we're even more exhausted speaking into cameras. So hopefully, at some point in the near future, we will be able to resume our gatherings. A lot of you have been asking, hey, when are you going to resume your Sunday morning gatherings? It's a fair question. Our answer to that is this. We have. We have been meeting as a church on Sunday mornings since June. It's looked a lot different than what you would normally expect when you attend a worship gathering at Hub City, but that's been intentional on our part for a few different reasons. One, we want to continue to be in compliance with the governor's office and with OHA. But more importantly to that, we want to continue to be a non-anxious presence in our city. We also want to be good news to our city. So to that, we have felt very comfortable saying that we want to continue to be in compliance with those regulations. We know that those regulations are bouncing all over the place. That's been one of the things that's obviously been frustrating to all of us, but we're mindful of them. And so to that end, back in June, we decided that what felt right in phase 2 was that we could gather on Sunday mornings, but with really a significant purpose and focus that we would be praying together as God's people. The reason for that is that we believe that really posturing ourselves in a position of prayer was going to kind of align our hearts with God's heart for what he wants Hub City to look like and do and be during this season. And so that has been challenging, of course. It's been difficult, but it's also been as equally life-giving and purposeful for the people that have been down here praying. And so we have committed that the rest of the summer is going to look just like that. Every Sunday morning from 10 to 11, we will be gathering as a church body, and we will be spending the majority of our time in prayer. Now, we've added a little bit of worship to that. We've added a little bit of like devotional teaching to that. But the bulk of what we've been doing and will continue to do through the month of August is focusing in on how to pray for our city, how to pray for our community, how to pray for our country. And so we would invite you to come and be a part of that. Of course, we are mindful of the regulations, and so we are still requiring masks. We are limiting that number that can fit in here for physical distancing, but we have plenty of space. And so we would invite you to come for the month of August, even starting this Sunday, to continue to pray with us as a people. We will continue to put out our Sunday morning worship guide for you to participate in as a family. But what we are moving towards, and we believe that this will probably be what will happen, is a tentative plan for us is in September is to continue to add and fill out what our Sunday morning gatherings look like. Now, remember, we have a scriptural conviction that God's people should gather together. And it so happens that we do that on a Sunday morning, and we believe in the things that we do. We have a scriptural conviction that we should come together as God's people, and that we should sing, we should worship, we should pray, we should sit under the authority of God's word as it is proclaimed to us. We should receive communion. So those are all things that we hold as values and rhythms of what it means to be God's people gathered together. So to that end, starting in September, we're going to fill some of that out. Now, our plan is this, that we will add more robust worship, more robust teaching, still have an emphasis on some prayer time together as a community. However, we will not have our kids' ministry. Don't hear that wrong. Kids are still welcome. We would love for you to be here as a family. We just cannot at this point do kids ministry as it normally looks on a Sunday morning. So our plan is to resume our Sunday morning gatherings, fill them out with teaching time. And the other side of that is we will add a live cast to that service. And so we understand that all of you may not feel ready or safe to join us, or you have certain issues, or you're in that area of vulnerability that may not make it feasible for you to be here, but we understand a lot of you want to be here and can and will be. And so to that end, we want to kind of still build some unity. So we'll be here with those of you that want to come out and be a part of this starting in September, but we also want to provide that opportunity beyond, so we'll live cast that to those of you that aren't able to come. So the only outlier to that is Sunday, September 6th. We will not be gathered down here at all, not for prayer, not for a normal Sunday gathering. And that's just going to buy us some space after kind of a long season as staff to have a Sunday free, and then spend some time preparing our building for what the next Sunday will look like. So September 6th, no gathering at all, but the Sunday after that, we would invite you to come and participate as a family or whatever that looks like for you, whatever feels safe. We will have a live worship gathering, and then we will live cast it via probably YouTube. So that's announcement number one. I know that was lengthy. Hopefully you made it all the way through that. And let me get to number two here. Hey, announcement number two. As some of you are aware, you probably saw our social media post, received an email. But we had a family that's connected to our community really through, I would argue, like what it first and foremost means to be a part of Hub City. So that's a family that was connected through a relationship that was built in a neighborhood, and they started to become more and more involved in the life and the community of Hub City. And so that's the Connors family. And most recently, about 2 weeks ago now, they lost Brad, who was husband and father to that family. And so we want to come alongside them as people that were a part of our community, also as people who were just so generous and a huge blessing to so many in our community, and really come alongside them and bless them and support them as they wrestle through the implications, the financial insecurity of now not having dad and father and husband there as somebody who was working hard towards providing for the family. And so we have opened up a love offering for the Connor family. That's going to go for now the next 3 Sundays. There's a couple different ways. If you feel led to contribute to that, you can send a check into our P.O. box, make it out to Hub City, but write Connor's family in the memo line. Or if you want to do that online, several of you already have, even people outside of Hub City community have done this. You can go to our online giving site. And so just go to albanyhubcity.com, click on giving. That will launch you into our online giving site. And there's an amount that you can put, and then there's a drop down next to that that says general. If you click on that drop down, there's an option to select Connor's love offering, so you can contribute online that way. That can be a one-time gift. We say this all the time. We believe this. We believe that some of you are going to be able to give very generously, and some of you will be able to give some, and some of you won't be able to give at all. But what we are hoping for is that we as a church together are able to give in a way that blesses them, it honors God, and we grow through giving selflessly and worshipfully and joyfully. So join in us in blessing this family. I keep on saying this. I mean, this is really what it means to be a part of Hub City Church, is that we would be a people that would be marked by radical acts of generosity, that we would give ourselves away to bless our neighborhoods, to bless our neighbors, to bless this city. And so, listen, money is never going to bring back a loved one, but we can be a part of blessing this family. And so I would encourage you to consider what you could give and contribute to this. Thank you for your time and consideration, and as always, just your support of living out the mission of Jesus, Restore Albany. Hub City, we miss you. We long to gather and be all together in a community soon. That's coming. Hopefully we'll see you this Sunday. Thanks.